Bible has the answer. The questions are yours. I go to the scriptures, God's holy word, to find answers. Again today we have good questions. Question number 1, what does Proverbs 31 verses 6 to 7 mean? Well, that verse reads like this: let him give strong drink unto him that is ready to perish, and wine unto those that be of heavy hearts. Let him drink and forget his poverty and remember his misery no more. What does that all about? Well, earlier in the book of Proverbs, the writer of the book tells us that we aren't even to look upon wine when it is red, when it stirreth itself in the cup. Not only not drink it, but don't even look at it. Now here in the 31st chapter, it says to give strong drink, liquor, to the person who has no future, the person who's about to die. Well, everybody else should not touch it, and anyone who needs to make a decision, anybody who needs to keep his brains about him, here is a powerful statement saying that the only person who ought to touch strong liquor is the man who doesn't have any future at all. I think that the author here was speaking with tongue in his cheek. And now question number 2, how do you answer a preacher who says that sin cannot break God's seal? Well, Ephesians 4 verse 30 says that Christians are sealed unto the day of redemption. And so there are some who feel that no matter how we live after we confess Christ as Savior, that we're eternally secure regardless. Well, how do I answer such people? I answer them with the answer that D.L. Moody, the famous evangelist of 100 years ago, gave. He said that in Romans chapter 8, it talks about a whole lot of things that cannot separate us from the love of God. However, there was one thing that can and does separate us from the love of God and bring God's judgment upon us, and that is sin. Read those verses, you'll discover that the word sin is not there. Sin brings judgment. And now question number 3, is the Ark of the Covenant in heaven, according to Revelation 11 verse 19? Well, the answer to that is yes, but it's the prototype ark, not the actual ark that was in the tabernacle of Moses in the wilderness. Moses was given copies of things in the heavens, according to Hebrews chapter 9 verse 23. And so the earthly tabernacle, the earthly ark, was a pattern or a copy of things in the heavens. I don't understand this, but the Bible teaches that the prototypes, the originals of all of those furnishings in the tabernacle were in heaven. Thank you so much for these good questions. I trust the answers have been a blessing. If you have a question you'd like me to use on The Bible Has the Answer, please write it out, send it to me. I'll be pleased to hear from you, and I'll get to your question on the air just as quickly as I can. And when you write, all the address you need is simply Faith to Live By, Box 426, Winnipeg, Manitoba, and the code is R3C2H6. Right now, let's listen to Heidi and Rick, Saved by Grace, and that will be followed by the quartet, Spirit of God, Descend Upon My Heart.